and the beasts were there. The old baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. And the monkey he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk. Firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just bit off the camel's hump. Animal crackers, I love you. I went through the animal hair, the birds and the beasts were there. The old baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. And the monkey he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk. without animal crackers, animal crackers. I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just bit off a camel's hump. Animal crackers, I love you. I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there, the old map.
We have shootings in a synagogue. We have a pioneer of 90s films pass away. And, of course, more flat earth bullshit than you can shake a stick at. Tonight we talk John Singleton, retarded gun nuts trying to my right to bear arms, and from Turtle Boy Sports, if you're in New England, you know what Turtle Boy Sports is. Bristol from Turtle Boy Sports checks in about A, the new show she's trying to develop, and B, her debate with Kunthan Bitchson of the Flat Earth Brigade. This and a whole lot more tonight on the Loki and Jabroni Show. Welcome to the CBS Evening News. I'm Dan Rather. Horseshit.
Oh, no way.
Welcome to the Loki and or should I say Charlie Rose? At least then I'm squeezing a titty or two.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Welcome to the Loki and Jabroni Show. My name is Chris Burns. I am the Jabroni Emeritus, schnabitzfernum.com. To my immediate right, interim co-host for the next 6 weeks.
Chris Lynch.
And, of course, the man in the box, the man of the hour, Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. He lifts barbell plates. He eats T-bone steaks. He is sweeter than a German chocolate.
Senator Bernie Sanders.
I love it.
You got to sound more like Larry David when you do
that is a good point.
Bernie Sanders. I'm here. Now, Lynch,
Here we
listen
go.
to me. That is exactly the kind of thing that the billionaires on Wall Street want you to think.
Oh, my
What
God.
I happen to believe is what I believe.
And it tells me nothing, but I believe it.
He talks in a circle like some other jackass we
Yeah,
know that
a
we're going
lot
to
of
talk about at 7:15 tonight if you're watching live. If you are audio only, just tune in until the fucking feed gives over and you'll hear it. We're
And now, Chris, it's important that we listen and we understand our flat earth brothers.
Listen, Senator Sanders, I get it. But at the same time, they're all fucking retarded.
I defer the floor to Senator Sanders.
Now, that is exactly why we need socialized medicine. These people are suffering tremendous brain damage because they can't get good health care.
Senator Sanders, I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like they're beyond it. They don't think they need help.
They
just want to walk the streets. It's like Reagan, the Reagan era all over again. We're just going to let the fucking retards and the crazies and the nuts out on the street, and we're all just supposed to accept it.
Don't say retards. Again.
It's my fucking show. If I want to say retard, I'll say
Now,
retard.
Chris,
Senator
it's
Sanders,
very
go ahead.
important.
You have to listen
You
to
gotta
Bernie Sanders.
understand that the retarded billionaires and the retarded millionaires on Wall Street have created a flat earth.
Guys, it's not often that the producer gets me rolling, but boy, tonight, Ed, you are on fire.
I'm in rare form over
welcome,
Sanders.
Eddie, focus.
I fucking love Bernie Sanders like a teddy bear.
Oh
He's
my
so
God.
Ugh. I'd like to cut a hole in his head and skull fuck him.
Thank you. I don't
I'm
know
not,
about
I don't want to cuddle with him like a teddy bear. I just want to just put him in a room with me, with us. Holy shit, with us? Holy crap!
If only. If
only we could
And he
do
paid
that.
us.
Listen, I understand that your total net revenue
Oh, God,
is
Senator
$5
Sanders
a month
back.
on Patreon.
Jesus.
But I think you should be taxed at 80% on that $5 and offer your employees full health care.
Okay, Senator Sanders, you have to understand that 80% of $5 is a buck. It leaves me a buck. How do I buy health care for a buck?
I happen to think, and this is just what I believe,
Oh
Okay.
my God.
that no podcaster needs to be making more than $5 a month.
Well, that's funny because
Swig beer, swig
between
beer.
Pritchard and Thompson and the guys at Crime and Sports who we love to death, they're making bank, and here we are on a fucking really nice plastic table doing our thing at Valhalla Underground Studio.
It's very important that we have these plastic tables. That way, those of us in the bread lines have something to eat our bread on.
He makes a good point.
And who make plastic tables.
I can't say I disagree.
Plastic
with him.
tables are a right
Oh my
That
god!
they're
every
privilege.
American is entitled to,
And they're a privilege to the American society.
and we need to tell these billionaires on Wall Street
I can't fucking
that
do
they
this.
can't be denying every American in this country
At some point,
a plastic table.
there's going to be some crazy Bernie Sanders loving motherfucker right there at that window, pointing a gun at me, Eddie, or all of us.
And I'll be saying, hi, Jim.
Hi, how you doing?
I didn't know you knew how to operate firearms. I'm proud of you, boy.
Speaking of firearms, let's get it
The
out
other-
of the way.
No, you point that in
Yeah,
this way.
right? Right. You want to become a pirate? He's gonna have the buttstock pointed right at his eye, holding it. Because
Yeah.
that's how you become a pirate. Let's get it out of the way. There was a shooting at a synagogue over the weekend, and one dead, several injured, and here come the gun nuts again. They might as well just take away all the guns.
So let's talk about the facts of the case. He
Go
was
ahead.
19 years old.
19.
Someone in the synagogue took him down
Yes.
Yes.
and saved several lives.
What did he use?
Himself.
To,
Didn't he?
stop him?
Didn't he like just bum rush him?
No, he used a gun.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right,
He
so-
was armed.
Yes,
So
sir.
so here, I'm like back porching the story. I don't know the whole facts of the story.
Okay.
I thought he bum rushed him.
I'm pretty
From
sure
what
he
I-
was armed.
From what I heard on CBS AM, because I'm fucking 100 years old and I listen to AM radio. I thought he bum rushed him with himself and took him down.
Not that I know of.
I could be
but-
wrong. I could be wrong, but let's bring that's why I wanted to bring the facts into the case. Did he have a firearm on him? Did he bum rush him? Did he take him down physically? I mean,
That I don't know. And the biggest thing for me, and I'm just going to say this out loud, every freaking time there's a shooting, whether it's at a school, a church, a synagogue, a nightclub, out in the streets of a city that is ravaged by gun crime, here come the gun nuts. Take away the guns. We don't need the guns. How about you look back at how the country was founded? We didn't like what the English were doing to us. What did we do?
Well-
We used guns and took our freedom.
well, let's look at how we establish the fact that we give a person permission to have a weapon.
Mm-hmm. Or a right, according to our Constitution of this great land.
Let's give that a second look and say, all right, so maybe we need to be a little bit more in depth. Maybe we need to do a little bit more background check. Maybe we need to do a better background check and get the facts of the case forward before we issue.
Oh, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story here. Now.
Oh,
Hey, not to cut you off, just to verify from information.
Go ahead.
Not only was
no, go ahead, Eddie.
not only was an armed person, it was an Iraq Army war veteran
Nice.
and a Border Patrol agent.
Nice.
Like
Border
he-
Patrol Jones.
He's a Border Patrol agent and he's a former
So-
combat vet.
so
And he-
already there are going to be people that are going to hate him because he's a Border Patrol agent.
well, they're kind of burying it. I looked at a couple of headlines and
Well,
they're like,
it-
what
well,
stopped
the
the
fact that
synagogue
he-
shooter? His gun stopped working.
well,
what? No.
The fact that he's a veteran, right? Number one is going to be the biggest thing in the news because he's a vet. He's armed.
The
he-
shooter or the stopper?
the stopper,
Guys,
Yes. Okay.
not the shooter.
I don't know. I
He's
don't know
19
dick
years
about
old.
the shooter.
He's 19 years old. He's a fucking nut. And I heard that he had plans on killing cops. He had plans on killing.
He has a manifesto up.
Yeah,
on
he had.
Oh,
there's
isn't that
another one. Yeah,
wonderful?
he wrote a manifesto and said that he's going to kill X amount of people within a timeline.
Okay.
So that pushed aside, the fact that the guy who stopped him is a vet
Mm-hmm.
who's trained on operating weapons
The
and
tactics.
and tactics is going to be a fucking sticking point for anybody. I don't care what side you're on, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, whatever, is going to be a sticking point on gun control.
Not for me. I salute him
technically-
1,000%.
Technically, the guy's law enforcement.
Yeah.
And
Which
I
means
feel-
Eddie hates him already.
True.
but I still embrace the fact that he he stepped up and said, "Fuck this! I'm not going to let this happen. Not in my house. Not in my church."
Hey, here's the
No,
thing.
good for him.
Here's the thing.
And good for him because he stepped up and said, "I'm not going to let this happen in front of me and potentially save lives."
And I don't necessarily care that the guy survived, but he didn't kill the shooter either. They were able to arrest him.
No, and that's the beauty of it.
And that's the best part of it. Peaceable solution to the problem. They dissolved the problem without death.
I guarantee though, if he had shot and killed him,
It would be
from the New York Times,
much
it'd
worse.
have been like crazy PTSD Iraq vet riddled
And
shooter
that's the
with
problem.
bullets.
And that's the problem I have, Eddie, is that the fucking media puts a spin on it. Well, where they put their personal spin, their personal opinion, which, here's a fucking fact for you folks. The press is not supposed to be opinion. It's supposed to be facts. Facts of the fucking case.
Right.
The press
It's
would have...
not his job to go out and say this happened, this happened. He just said, I sympathize with these folks. We're going to do everything we can.
Don't fucking put your opinion in the piece. And that's the problem we have with the press today, is that their opinion, whether you're CNN, MSNBC, NBC, CNN, whatever fucking news outlet you're with, AP Reuters.
Turtle Boy Sports. We'll talk about them later.
Well,
but that would be
that's
great.
a 710.
Right.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All right.
But the minute you put your personal spin on that, you own it.
Yes.
If I'm Savannah Guthrie with NBC and I say, I personally feel that this makes me feel this way, I'm painting a picture for NBC.
Okay.
Whether you like it or not.
I get it. And that goes back to like the Rachel Maddows of the world, crying the blues. He's giggling, but he knows after Trump gets elected and everybody, she's like, and now, and all that schnabitz. I hate it.
Stop, Chris. We were trying to talk about journalists.
I understand.
But
Sorry. But
she is far from a fucking journalist as you can fucking get.
Lynch, to your point.
She's just a fucking...
I
can't even think of the terms to say what she is.
A moron?
Well, yeah, she's a
It's
moron.
a blanket. It's a blanket.
It's a
statement,
blanket statement, but the minute you put your personal opinion on journalism, is the minute you're committing and you. All right, so here's the thing. You work for a company.
I work for a company. Yes.
I'm not going to mention it on air.
That's fine. I would appreciate if you didn't.
I'm not going to mention what company I work on or where Eddie works.
And I won't mention your pimp either.
Well, Leon,
it was last week you
Leon's not going to get upset.
All right, Leon Phelps.
And I won't mention the videotape.
Thank you. Go ahead with your
I
point.
only took it in my ass once.
Oh, you have a tape
my
too?
Lord.
Yeah, two.
Here it
But-
comes.
The three of us.
Yes.
If we sign a statement that says that if we speak up on the behalf of the company that we work with, at that point, if they feel that it's disrespectful or contrary to what they believe, we can be fucking fired for it.
We signed that. You and I worked for Mohegan Sun. Me for 10 years. You
All right,
for
so
22 years.
I'll say that
We worked there.
we worked. The fucking cops
They are
can't
trying.
carry.
Are you shitting me? How are they going to cut their lunch
Because the
oil?
cops can't fucking carry guns in London. In Europe, you can't.
The bobbies can't. To be clear, there are some that can.
There are some. There are anything with a special agent organized like
That's just
FBI
horseshit.
type
That's
thing.
just
You don't
can't.
know.
horseshit.
You don't know about the knife boxes?
No.
Look up the knife boxes, dude. They're setting up these post office style boxes all over London saying, "Please deposit."
Please
knives."
deposit your knives in these boxes if you feel compelled to do so.
It's a knife buyback program or some shit, or just.
It's like what you do with old prescription drugs.
Okay, I get.
Here in the States.
But
again, I can take
when
that.
is enough enough?
There's a Bud Light fucking can over there.
We stole that. Shut up.
Whatever, but there's a Bud Light can and a fucking toolbox underneath it. I can take that and whack somebody down the street right now
You
and
could
kill
take-
him.
you
I
could-
could kill him with both of those objects.
You
Are
could
you going to
take
ban
some
him?
of the wood screws out of there, stab it through my temple, kill me sight unseen. Are we going to ban wood screws?
Again, it's all personal.
You know what
choice.
kills more people than guns on a regular basis? And I'm not saying this to be, ironic or anything, but here, hold on. Alcohol kills more people yearly, whether it's drunk driving accidents
Any
or
substance,
abuse
whether
or
it's
whatever.
alcohol, marijuana, cocaine.
And we tried banning alcohol.
Yeah, and how'd that work out?
Not so good. You know why?
When you
know
outlaw
why?
alcohol, only outlaws will have alcohol.
No, you know why?
18,000 police shootings a year.
Yeah,
It was bad.
mostly in Chicago.
Mostly in Chicago. Yep.
And you know why?
because
the fucking government wasn't getting their fucking cut of their take on what alcohol, the sales on alcohol.
yes, 1,000% exactly correct. I'm checking the time real quick. We're
almost there.
6 minutes away. We gotta duck out for a 2-minute break, check sound, and when we come back from that break, Bristol from Turtle Boy Sports is on, and boy, has she got a story to tell you guys. But going back to your gun point, and we'll pay the bills at the end of the episode. Look, I always say to people, you know, if you have a gun and you are responsible, I look at the three of us, we're all pretty responsible. I've owned guns intermittently throughout my life. I don't know how you feel about weapons. I really don't.
I think everybody should be allowed to own a tank.
You've said that before.
I'm good with
Thank
that.
you. I'm sorry.
I'm good with that.
I forgot about
Fist
that.
bump, boom.
You wanted to drive it here into my field and just set it down. I remember that. And during Easter, I remember that.
I think that
the big egg hunt, you wanted to shoot the children.
This is my theory on weapons, just to be clear. I do not think our government is allowed to have access to anything that we do not.
Agreed. But
so why give somebody the advantage over
someone
somebody
breaks
else?
into your
It's the
house?
whole
I
idea of
agree.
the Second
Someone
Amendment.
breaks into your house, defend
I
yourself.
agree.
Now, there are some, and Eddie, I picked on you earlier in the episode, and I'm not quite sure I accurately reflected what your feeling on law enforcement was, and I apologize. But Eddie really doesn't have a lot of use for law enforcement, but he does at times respect.
Well,
whatever.
my argument is few people do because everything they do is after the fact.
Correct.
And now you have the Supreme Court saying that they have no obligation to protect you. So how could you even rely on them?
Right. But having said that, I say to people,
So even after the fact, you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
and I'm talking about worse people. You guys, if you've listened to the show more than twice, you've heard Eddie's rants. I say, you know, if someone breaks into your house and you don't have a gun, call a plumber. See how far that gets you. But then again, if you pick up the phone and call 911, the response time is easily 3 minutes, give or take, depending on where you are in the world.
If not more.
No, right. So, but if you are legally allowed to own a gun, whether it's a handgun, a hunting rifle, an AR-15, I don't give a shit if you got an M60 Rambo style belt is tied around your arm and you are just like Rambo. That's your right, according to the Constitution of the United States of America. Listen, one more time, for those of you that are slow, hard of hearing, or just maybe in the remedial classes, I'll say it for you. Guns don't kill people. What the fuck is he doing? Is he playing fuck the police?
Party up.
All right. Guns don't kill people.
No, it's
Idiots with guns kill people.
and the point I made earlier was that the people with the weapon, no matter what it is, whether it's a fucking cast iron pan,
Right.
that Bud Light can,
Right.
Bud Light with lime, gay, can, or
We
that
stole that. Shut up.
or a toolbox underneath it, or a key ring.
Yes.
I could kill.
Where's the Batman key
I
ring?
could
That'd kill a
kill-
motherfucker.
I
Look
could-
at this sumbitch.
I could kill Chris with this right now.
You probably could.
And what? Putting enforcement on the object is not.
Ban the gel pen.
Putting enforcement on the object is not.
Oh, look, Ed's got his little pecker right
that's
there.
awesome.
Isn't
That's awesome. Putting the,
Everyone should have these.
he? A little pecker?
I already have one. I'm Irish.
Key knife.
I know. You never saw the movie The Fan? Go watch
No.
it.
Oh,
Go
good,
watch
good
it.
movie.
Not only a fantastic movie, but you'll understand what the little
That was
pecker's
De
all about.
Niro and Snipes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Good movie.
Do you have a little pecker? Yes, I
I
do.
do. But putting the ban on the object is not the objective of what we should be doing. It's putting the person and holding them accountable for the responsibility, their actions and responsibilities,
Correct.
and put stronger restrictions. I'm probably going to get shit about this, but putting stronger restrictions on those who shouldn't carry a weapon with a background that shows them that
You know,
proves,
I got to stop you because there are people who go undiagnosed with mental issues, like Adam Lanza, the Newtown shooter, who go their entire life without being diagnosed, and then bye-bye, and now everybody is a self-diagnosing motherfucker.
But the problem with Adam Lanza was that his mother protected him for his entire life.
Oh, and you don't
hid
think
him.
there's millions of other kids out
And
there
I guarantee,
whose mamas make them feel all special and say,
guarantee,
you're okay, son.
I fucking guarantee you to the day I die that somebody out there's millions of people out there that are carrying any type of weapon that shouldn't be
A baseball bat.
because they're protected.
Mm-hmm.
and it's
What's the new hot sport right now? Lacrosse. You don't think with one of those gimmicks that I couldn't pummel you to shit right now and kill you?
I have one in my fucking hallway at
Well,
home.
there you go.
My wife bought one.
Heaven
Because she
forbid
was-
your wife
she's
gets pissed.
I
you're
would
gonna...
kill you with a Hartford highlight.
Yeah,
Right.
Boom. I went to the fucking yard dogs last night or whatever.
give me-
Yard goats.
Yard goats.
I got a gimmick for you.
last night. They did the Bark in the Park. There were
Was
like,
Ozzy Osbourne? Oh, it's Bark at the Moon.
So
Never mind.
The thing with background checks is to go any further than they already do. Now, like, realistic. It's not easy to buy a gun. I hate it when people say
You give him that from me. Big fucking high hard one.
I had a long, lengthy Facebook argument with him on that, and it's like he thinks there should be a GPS unit on every gun, and if you make a movement outside of going to the shooting range in your house, he thinks you should be able to get arrested for it.
well, that's
What?
like, that's like going.
Even though you can have a concealed carry permit.
All right, so
He doesn't believe in those at all. They
So
shouldn't
if
exist.
he let me throw this out there before, and I know we're you know what,
we're getting dangerously close to our call.
if he's at a liquor store and that liquor store gets robbed and he gets shot, but the guy behind him has a gun and can't have the concealed carry and could have saved everything, fuck that guy. He's dead. We're gonna take a 2-minute break. When we come back, Bristol from Turtle Boy Sports is joining us, telling us all about her flat Earth adventure and future ventures from Turtle Boy Sports that include the Loki and Jabroni show. We'll be right back.
Bye.
On the old day, and whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just bit off a camel's hump. Animal crackers, I love you. I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there. The old baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair, and the monkey he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk.
And Nathan is always the punchline.
Okay, here's the thing, and when you say that about feminism and all these other things, when we had him on the show, he said something about the Newtown shootings, and I have a friend who's a teacher in that school that got shot up, and she didn't get injured, but she heard the gunshots, she saw the carnage,
Yep.
and he was trying to convince me, this girl I've known all my life, who's now a teacher there, her and her husband, lifelong friends, that Newtown never happened.
Bullshit.
Oh, yeah, no, we're going to get him in a variety of uncomfortable conversations in the coming weeks. So,
Please
I
do.
mean, just
Please
imagine
do.
a mismatched group of people and throw Nathan Thompson in the mix. At some point, I do have it on the back burner. Spoiler alert, I got a Jew lined up. So.
Bristol,
I do.
if I can implore you to do anything, please put him in a spot where he cannot paint himself out of and not fucking explain the situation away.
Paint him into that corner.
Paint him into the corner. Because you know why? Because a person like that doesn't fucking deserve to breathe the same air as that we do. And
I'm going to disagree. And
Oh.
I'm going to say that we need Nathan Thompsons in the world because this is how we develop critical thinking, right?
Oh, good
And I
call.
love
Yeah,
my readers.
that's a very...
I do.
All right, I will respectfully decline my prior statement and say you're right. But however...
Oh, how funny that works, right?
all right, we're having a logical discussion about a fucking topic.
Because Nathan's not here.